let's go with another flow. Ain't your average entertainment show. More the entertainment than what's on the screen. Connecting dots on what you see. Have you ever wondered how it all began? The idea, how they started the plan. XX actors, the whole team. Mad props to those behind the scene. Why did the person get into the biz? Something inside when they were a kid. Who helped them out when they wanted to quit? What about the fam that gave them rocks to kick? How all the haters, they left shaming alone. Find out in the entertainment zone with Paul Amadeus Lane. It's a real thing. Intro, let's go with another flow. Ain't your average entertainment show. More the entertainment than what's on the screen. Connecting dots on what you see.
Welcome to the Entertainment Zone. I am Paul Amadeus Lane. Thank you so much for joining me. ABC News Radio came at you. Shout out to our friends over at Hollywood News Source. Thank you so much for joining me. This has to be one of my most memorable episodes. Why? Because I got a chance to fanboy at Comic-Con 2019. Tell you a funny story. I was in a press room for a major network show, and I got an email from a very awesome PR person about this one show. I was dying to get some interviews from the cast, from the guys. So she and I kept emailing each other. She's like, hey, if you still want to get an interview, I can have the guys here. They're ready. And I'm like, and I was waiting for some more of the cast of the other room I was in to come over, but they were taking too long. So I emailed her back, said, I am there, rolled up there, got a chance to be a fanboy and interview these great set of guys back in 2011. I remember when I first saw the debut episode. I was hooked ever since. I'm talking about the Impractical Jokers. I got a chance to talk to Murr, Joe, and Q at Comic-Con 2019 and talk about some of the most memorable episodes, the punishments, and what type of punishment they would give me. So let's check it out and have some fun with the guys. Guys, this is like a dream come true for me. I'm like fanboying right now.
Oh, really? Oh, that's very nice of you to say.
Yeah. I watch you guys and go to sleep every night and have a smile on my face.
Oh, that's great. That's cool. Thank you. That's different than what I do at night to fall asleep with a smile on my face. I got a new pillow.
Yeah, he winds up with a smile on his face too. So
yeah,
it's okay.
It's a nice new pillow I got.
It's a great pillow.
Q, one of the funniest punishments, kind of uncomfortable punishment is when you had to tell your mom and dad about sex education.
Yeah, I never forgot that one. Man. That was a long time ago.
Season 1.
Yeah, was it season 1?
Season 1.
Man, yeah, that was tough. That for the longest time, that was the worst punishment I've ever had until spiders.
Yeah. But from our point of view, it was one of the best days of my life. And
And I think that was the first time we involved family on the show without telling each other.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know my parents were there.
That was also our first big switcheroo, where we decided to lead someone down a path, and they thought something was happening, and then totally pulled the rug out because he thought he was going to do it to kids, and then we pulled all the kids out, and it was his parents, which is great, and that would be equally as bad.
Yeah. Well, I remember I was so nervous because I thought I was teaching sex ed to kids, and I was like, I'm not prepared to do that as a human. I was so nervous, and the producers, now I know they pulled me aside so they could sneak my parents in, but they were like, you can't say this, and I was like, I can't say anything then. But yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah. Over the years, guys, one thing I like about your show, it's always been top notch. It's always been innovative, creative, and really informative. Where do you guys get these ideas from?
It's not that hard. We have 30 years of friendship. We've known each other since 1990, so we have this history to pull from for every idea, and we just know everything about each other. So it's just easy to torture one another.
Yeah, and then as far as the comedy goes, we see what works when we're out there, and if something works by itself, we're like, oh, let's blow this idea out and make it something bigger. So, for instance, a couple seasons ago, we started this thing where you couldn't laugh. And then now that has become a goal in our show. We'll do all challenges around the idea of that's how you would lose is if you start laughing. So little pieces of that, just keeping an eye on that stuff helps.
And Joe, I remember the episode with the hurricanes, the drinks. I was like, Joe was like a guy that I can hang out with at the bar, So Joe, Do you have to work yourself up to be like that, or is that just normal
Does not.
Joe?
I can answer that for him. He does not. Continue.
I'm always at that level. I'm always out there to act crazy and have fun for a laugh. So I think that's the constant I'm always at.
He does not drink.
Yeah.
He's never had a drop of alcohol. We always say if he drank, the world would not be able to handle it.
Just cracking out.
Yeah.
You know, and Joe, I remember one punishment when Q had a picture of your daughter.
Yes.
And at the firehouse, and how hard was that?
Oh, it's rough. It's funny because now my daughter actually has the concept that she's 4 years old now, and she knows that Daddy's on TV with her friends. And sometimes the show is on, and I'll be like, "Oh, no, whatever. No, it's not this episode." So she'll eventually see me throw an axe through.
That
her
was
face.
by design.
Yeah.
That was by design.
I still stand by my choice this day. I still think my
This
wife.
punishment is another 10 years in the making, you know?
Now, Murr, your world famous punishment was the skydiving.
Cry diving, yeah.
Do you still have nightmares of that?
I do. I do. Well, I'll tell you, up until the Joker's movie, that was the most insane punishment I've ever had to deal with. I was so crazy. I literally ran off set, locked myself in a bathroom for a half hour. Remember, I was crying hysterically, calling my parents, leaving them a voicemail, telling them I love them, because I thought that was it.
And your parents were sending him to voicemail. That's the best part.
Oh, yeah. That was the key part of that sentence. They were sending me to voicemail.
Your mom's like, nah.
One thing that's funny was when you guys do like the wheelchair ones.
Yes.
I love that because being a wheelchair user, I'm like, I would do the same thing.
Well, that was a natural, speaking of what you said earlier about how we take ideas, that was a natural escalation from the first one we did was remote control car when you had no control of what the car was. And then who was hitting or what it was doing. It was like, what's the best version of this? How can we make this even weirder? It's like, well, what if you had no control over your voice? And then we did the bullhorn where you were, we rigged up a bullhorn that we were saying whatever you wanted. Then we're like, okay, what's even better? And we're like, what if we just could control all of you? So we put the wheelchair idea came and we said to Will Thaxton, who's our guy that makes anything. We're like, could you make a remote control wheelchair? And he's like, give me a month. And he came back with it. Yeah.
Don't tell my family that because they probably want to get one and drive me around.
Don't go to the mall with them with it, man. We learned the hard way. That's hard.
I know. Talk about the Comic-Con experience. Being here, I know I've been to a couple of your off-site Comic-Con experiences, but this is your first time you guys actually being inside Comic-Con doing a panel.
Yeah,
so talk about
we wore
that.
them down. It only took us 8 seasons and 5 years. But that's it. Persistence is key.
It is. The Impractical Jokers Block Party has been the biggest activation, the biggest, at Comic-Con for like 3 years running or something,
we
like
get
in
like
terms of
20,000
square
people.
footage. So I think they were finally like, I guess we got to give them a panel if this many people care.
Yeah.
So it was
you know
good.
what? But don't put them in the main building. Let's put them in Horton.
We're still off-site, but we'll get there. Season 13.
Season 13.
So what do we have to look forward to in the new season?
I'll tell you what, we just filmed our 200th episode. Yeah. So it's coming up this season, and we filmed
Which
another...
is unbelievable to us. We actually, we went to Hollywood to do it's an hour-long episode, and we took it to L.A. because we love our road episodes, which we've done a bunch of, and it was like a real fun way to celebrate 200.
As I look back at some of the things that you guys have done, it's a miracle that you guys are still alive today. And the reason why I say that, I remember when you guys did a stand-up and Murr sent a text message to someone's boyfriend or girlfriend time.
They sent a text to my ex asking if she's still married, and if so, happily married.
It was an accident. And
That wasn't an accident. You still typed it, and you accidentally hit send.
I accidentally hit send. That's the only part that matters. You got my back on this.
No, but we appreciate all that you guys do. You guys are funny and innovative. And one more thing before I let you go, I really loved your cameo in the 12 Monkeys.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we don't hear about that a lot. What a great show 12 Monkeys was, man. Yeah. I'm talking about sticking the landing. What an ending. It was great show.
Well, they had to get me and Sal at the same time because they were running out of time.
Right,
so me and Sal we got buddied up, which was a lot of fun.
Great scene, though.
Yeah, it was a good one.
So, any more cameos?
We can't tell you, but there's a huge cameo of us in the next Spider-Man film.
That's not true at all.
No, he made that up.
Not true at all. I'm in the Jay and Silent Bob reboot. I'm actually in the trailer. Yeah. Wow. I made that. So that was it. That's fun.
We're in Wonder Woman, too.
We're not. Also not true.
I'm on public access in Manhattan. I have a great spot.
It's meeting with Murr. I sit down with people. And
it's
meet
for a
with
local
them.
mattress company. It's like a commercial they have.
Well, guys, if you had to pick a punishment for me,
Oh.
what would that punishment be?
Oh, I think Universal would all say, hang out with Sal for a day. That's why he's not here, because we knew that you wouldn't do this if he was here.
That will make you so miserable.
You know what? I would play to your strengths. I would do a remote control jet ski on a beach.
Yeah.
And just really like skid out and like splash water all over people and stuff like that. And then cut the power so you got to live with it.
That's fun.
That would be your punishment.
That had to be one of the funnest interviews I have ever been a part of, talking to Joe, Murr, and Q. Sal wasn't there, he was traveling, but just to hear their expressions of the shows, the punishments, and what has been some of your favorite episodes of Impractical Jokers. And I love how comfortable they are with me, because, you know, it's no secret I'm disabled, I'm confined to a wheelchair, I'm a quadriplegic, have been one for over 26 years, and I'm a little bit of an enigma when it comes to the press line. I'm the only dude there in a wheelchair, and I appreciate when PR people don't look at my chair as a barrier and they allow me to be a part of it. They don't have to do it, so I appreciate the privilege. And the way that the guys felt comfortable with me talking about the punishment they would give me, I'm going to take them up on it. So I'm going to reach out to them and say, remember that punishment, guys? I'm down to do it. Let's do it. All right, the new season of Impractical Jokers, it drops on September 12th. So make sure you check it out and have some fun with season 8. And go check them out live, too. Heard they give a fantastic show. Well, I'm out of here. I'm Paul Amadeus Lane. Until next time, take care of yourself, folks. Hit me up, paulamadeuslane.com. That's how you can connect with me on the Twitter, on the Gram, on Facebook, you name it. That's where I am. I was going to say that's where I'm is. Gotta love that ebonics, y'all. Keeps it 100. Take care, folks. Till next time. Love you guys.